Friday, so we'll probably see the same.
Jenna Laird digs in. It's Pickens versus Laird, and we're underway in Knoxville. Here is who Mizzou will send to the dish here today. And right there in that 5-hole spot, Maddie Gallagher, those 2 RBIs and that solo blast was the catalyst yesterday for Mizzou as they look to piece together some hitting today against Pickens. And she is knotted up in the count 1-1.
Gallagher is the one that had the hot bat yesterday, but the day before, Daly and Crenshaw, they're also at the top of the lineup. They're the only 2 that had a hit against Pickens on Friday.
Jenna Laird, one of the best bats in all the SEC, will slash this one foul down the left field line.
Now that Missouri has been able to see Pickens already, they got a full game from her on Friday. This is their chance to make those adjustments. They were swinging at pitches that were in the dirt, out of the zone, and now they need to let that ball come to them, which is what we saw yesterday. A lot more disciplined at the plate.
Carlin Pickens, the reigning SEC Player of the Week. She hasn't given up a run in her last 6 appearances, and the 1-2 runs outside to Laird. As we mentioned, Pickens got the Game 1 start Friday night. 69 pitches and another complete game shutout under her belt. No runs in 39 innings for Pickens and the Lady Vols, and Laird will roll that one over, soft one, over to second base and over to first in time for out number 1.
She's coming off of SEC Pitcher of the Week, but the way that she's been throwing so far, I think she's got that locked up this week too, as long as today's a great game as well.
No sophomore slump this far for Carlin Pickens. .61 ERA here in her sophomore season. And we'll look to continue to build off what has been 6 magnificent appearances, and this one's rolled over to Mueller. 2 outs quickly for Tennessee with just 5 pitches in.
And this is what we saw on Friday. Pickens just getting ahead on hitters, going right at them, and 1 pitch at bats, 2 pitch at bats, and that's how you were efficient.
Now to be Julia Crenshaw due up for Missouri from O'Fallon, Missouri. Had that hit on Friday, and she has saw the ball well this weekend. And one of the better bats in this Mizzou lineup. Crenshaw, the junior. Pickens, the sophomore, the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Off speed there to even up the count.
And that was a beautiful off-speed pitch by Pickens right there. Just to have that in her repertoire is so huge. Coach Weekly said she's been working on analytics. She's been working on her spin, her off-speed, and that's what's going to take this team far.
The 1-1. Runs on the outside at 2-1. Umpires stay behind the plate. Tatum Stoling at first, Scott Mayer, and over at third, Alex Leap. We saw him behind the dish yesterday. Another beautiful day in Knoxville. A little partly cloudy, but what more could you ask for on a St. Patrick's Day Sunday? Got the rain out of the way early on Friday. Able to get one in Friday night, and spring's upon us here in Knoxville. Just 9 pitches into this one. Carlin Pickens will look to deliver the 2-2 to Julia Crenshaw. Looking to work a quick inning number 1. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and Carlin Pickens has picked up where she that really Missouri has not been able to do just yet this weekend. Kiki Malloy will lead off for the Lady Vols, and a first pitch strike in from McCann.
You see Taylor Panel, she's moved up that lineup. She had the big grand slam yesterday, and rightfully so, she deserves to be in that 4-hole spot.
You mentioned that grand slam. It tied the amount of home runs or amount of grand slams Tennessee hit all of last season, and they've got plenty of softball left here this year.
This is only the first SEC games for Tennessee, and the fact that they've already matched their grand slam total from last year just shows you how much power this team has behind their swing.
4 grand slams in the last 5 games for the Lady Vols, and Malloy will see an 0-2 in and line that one right back up the middle for a base hit. Kiki Malloy's got a leadoff single here in the first for the Lady Vols.
We are kind of talking about it a little bit. 4 Grand Slams so far just in the past week, but none of them have come from Kiki Malloy. She's just been doing her job, getting on in any way that she possibly can, and she does a great job here on that outside pitch, just extending through, using those hips, driving it up the middle.
Number 11, Dana Mooney.
Kiki Malloy stands over at first base. She trails Raven Chavine by 9 stolen bases. If she gets 10 here this season, she will be the stolen base leader for Tennessee, and she's off and running there. Pooney launches that into right at the warning track. The catch will be made by Linger for out number 1.
And that was a pitch just a little bit too far out of the zone. But Pooney, the fact she was able to keep her hands high.
She liked what she see there on pitch number 1. Third baseman, number 24, McKenna Gibson.
Now McKenna Gibson will step in for Tennessee. She's had herself a series already for the Lady Vols. Wearing those orange breeches, as they call them here in Knoxville. And Malloy's off and running. Great lead by Malloy, and she gets down to second in time.
You gotta think, when Malloy gets on first, she's automatically going to take off for second. Just look at that speed, and you saw it. Crenshaw didn't even have a chance to throw.
Great jump by Kiki Malloy to get down to second. The Lady Vols have a runner in scoring position in inning number 1. Gibson will see the 1-1 in, and the count will run even. Gibson, All-SEC first team a season ago. Looking to build off what was a phenomenal junior campaign as she has answered the call this weekend for the Lady Vols. That one kind of jam shot to the right side, and Gibson unable to leg it out. Malloy had a wide turn at third, but wisely will come back to the third base bag. And
their bats all week, I am almost speechless with how great they've been 1 through 9.
Taylor Panel just 3 career home runs as a Lady Vol, one of them coming yesterday. A big spot yesterday in inning number 4. Tennessee has scored a run in every first inning we've had so far this weekend. 7 in the first in game 1. They were able to plate 1 in game 2 in inning number 1.
Panel, she was hurt last season, so she's making her name known and working back into that lineup this season.
And you know, if you're Missouri, when you get behind early, especially like a 7-0 first inning for Tennessee, and then it happened again yesterday, trailing. It's like they're trying to just climb back into it. So this pitch feels a little bit more magnified here in inning number 1 because Tennessee could jump on them again early.
Missouri just needs to take it pitch by pitch, not look at the full effect of this game, settle in and try to get out of this first inning and see if they can hold off Tennessee.
Marissa McCann will try to navigate Taylor Panel. She's got an 0-2 count here, and she gets her swinging and missing for out number 3. Marissa McCann.
Softball team.
Missouri has made it to a program record 16 straight regionals. Anderson has led them to 5 here in her time in Como. You know, she's wanting her Tigers to get out early in this one. There's 10 pitches in that first inning for Carlin Pickens, and Missouri's just got to find something from Pickens to take advantage of. Kara Daly, the junior, steps in. Got a hitter's count at 2-0. The pitch is launched right side, but out of play. Good look there at Carlin Pickens. Part of that 2-headed monster with her and Peyton Gottschall in the circle here on Rocky Top. Looking to do her part today for Tennessee, and she's trying to paint inside there, and she'll get the call, 2-2.
When you come into game number 3 and you see some action over there already, Peyton Gottschall warming up, I think there's going to be a short leash on Pickens today. We could see both of them.
The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 and already 2 strikeouts for 4 batters faced for Carlin Pickens.
This is what worked for Pickens on Friday, and she's going to go right back to it until she sees an adjustment from Missouri. She's going to work that inside corner with that screwball, and Missouri just not keeping up with it.
Pickens has picked off, or she left off on Friday. 2 strikeouts early and swinging and missing there. Maddie Gallagher, who had a solo shot to open the scoring for Missouri yesterday. Absolute laser out in center field. Pickens will throw to Gallagher here. And it's low and away, 1-1. Carlin Pickens, sophomore from Weaverville, North Carolina. Wearing number 23 for Tennessee. The 1-1 is swung on and missed again, and she's working ahead to Gallagher.
And those are the pitches that Missouri is going to have to lay off of. You saw that pitch. It was down in the dirt. Don't be surprised. Pickens may come up out of the zone ahead in this count or work the inside corner.
She'll see a 1-2 in here, and that one is waved at again. Strikeout number 3 for Pickens, and it's early.
And she comes back with the same exact pitch you just saw from before, an instant replay.
Pickens quickly working through the heart of this Missouri lineup. In the 6-hole spot, number 12, Katie Chester, checks in for Mizzou, wearing those pinstripe uniforms today, the grays. Another good uniform matchup this weekend here on Sunday. The 0-1 runs just upstairs for Pickens.
When you come into a game and you've already struggled the past couple games against Tennessee for Missouri, you kind of have to just wipe a clean slate. They always say, have a brain like a goldfish, forget everything after 5 seconds.
Chester will roll over that one. Pickens looking to get out of another efficient inning here in inning number 2. Four strikeouts early for Carlin Pickens. Check swing, and Pickens will come up in fielder position. Basket catch for out number 3. Pickens is enjoying it. Birthday was St. Patrick's Day. And we want to wish her a very happy birthday today. You got to think, if your birthday's on St. Patrick's Day, how much more lucky can you be?
You may be a little extra lucky. I will say, from when I've played, it seems like always my birthday. I usually have the best games.
Well, Nugent will try to add to that. The 0-1 she'll see in is a slow roller at 1-1. Gotta love all the green out today. The Lettyval Locos out there on their right field porch. Always dressed to impress. As the 1-1 is dealed in. And they're low, but 1-2. Sophia Nugent, we mentioned, the transfer from the University of Oklahoma from Seal Beach, California. Already 2 Women's College World Series under her belt, but is called Rocky Top home here in 2024. The 1-2 is laced left side, and another dangerous spot over there down the third base line.
I think that was a protective swing.
Nugent trying to stay alive. You mentioned it earlier, Faith. Marissa McCain was tabbed one of the talentedest pitchers on this staff from Larissa Anderson. she'll serve up a high popper at first base, and the catch is made by Chester for out number 1.
When you hear about a pitcher that has elite spin, knows how to move the ball, and that's what Marissa McCann does. Even though she's a freshman, she's going to have pitches that are going to move up out of the zone. They're going to look like they're coming down the middle, but that's what you need against Tennessee. They're going to hit the ball. We know that. They're going to score runs, and we know that as well. So just trying to get them to miss-hit a little bit and then allowing your defense to make plays is huge.
Marissa Anderson won back-to-back 5A Player of the Year honors in the state of Arizona in her time in high school. And gets her first career start in SEC play here on a Sunday in Knoxville. You know that says a lot if your coach says, all right, we really haven't done a whole lot this weekend. We're going to trust in you, a freshman, to come out and get us a win and salvage a game 3.
Absolutely. This is her moment to get out in that circle and show her stuff. You had Harrison, who struggled yesterday, and Krings, who struggled on Friday.
And Tennessee really hasn't barreled up anything here early in this contest. You saw that one sharp foul ball by Nugent. But outside of the Kiki Malloy single, nothing doing for Tennessee early in this one.
Which is the exact opposite we've seen for the last couple days.
And that one fouled off back to the screen. I'm sure that was something in the back of Larissa Anderson's mind. Can we get out of the first? Can we get kind of into the later innings? You got to think we've got a good opportunity to win this one.
And I like this call to put out McCann, somebody that Tennessee has never seen. But also I could see her using lots of her pitchers today.
The 0-2. Soft contact again, and we'll run it back at 0-2.
Come on, battle it out, Phil. Let's go.
She'll face Laura Mueller here. The 6th pitch of the at-bat upcoming for the MTSU transfer. The 0-2. He's lined in about the same spot. And it will run foul. Marissa McCann, an efficient outing thus far. With the 6-hole spot, Laura Mueller, and that one runs upstairs.
And Mueller's had a great at-bat right now, just fouling off those pitches that have been close to the zone. When you have 2 strikes, you kind of have to put a bat on anything, even if you got to foul tip it off.
McCann's 1-2. Is launched, center field and deep, and that one is gone. Laura Mueller, all she does is hit home runs, and she gets Tennessee on the board. First, it's 1-0.
I was going to say just that. It seems every time Mueller comes up to bat, if she gets a hit, it's going to be a home run. It's either that or nothing. And for someone who's been struggling with the bat for the past couple days, there she is with a big home run saying, hey, I'm back. I can still swing. Look at this.
In this 13-game winning streak, Tennessee has hit homer after homer, 11 home runs in this winning streak, and Laura Mueller opens it up for Tennessee in the second. Tennessee throws on the mommy hat and does their walk through the dugout after every home run. And the vibes are up again here in Knoxville as Tennessee jumps out to an early lead once again in this series.
This is where Missouri is going to have to keep their energy up. We saw it yesterday. They kept their energy up that entire game, and that's what they need to do here because they know Tennessee is going to hit home runs. That's what they do. But if Missouri can stay in this game and keep chopping away, that's how they're going to be successful.
If really Missouri can just stay away from the big innings. 7 runs in the first on Friday, 4 runs in the fourth yesterday. And Missouri was in this contest. In the top of the fourth, Maddie Gallagher with that solo home run, and it felt like Mizzou had a golden opportunity, but then it was answered by Taylor Panel.
If you're Missouri right now, I think you gotta be working the ball down in the zone. You can't have anything come up. If you do throw up, it's gonna have to be out of the zone.
Destiny Rodriguez has made pitchers think about pitching to her. 4 home runs here this season. 0 a season ago. She's already had a couple marquee moments here in her sophomore season. McCann will deal the 3-1 to Rodriguez. And that one is golf swing, foul, and out of play. And a nice catch made down the right field line. Love the smiles all the way around here at the ballpark today. Another gorgeous day in East Tennessee, and the fans have came out in droves again today.
You see everyone in the green, the orange, and they travel out here for some softball in the SEC.
The 3-2 is golfed into center field, and there is Honnold for the second out. You almost have to catch your breath after a shot like that. It feels like it's going over the wall every time Tennessee makes hard contact. But Rodriguez just under that one for out 2 in the second.
For sure, McCann working that inside corner. And that kind of seems where Tennessee struggles the most, is working that inside corner. If they're able to get their hands extended on the outside, those are the pitches you're seeing going over the fence.
Joya Katsoyanopoulos will dig in for the Lady Vols. Had her big moment on Friday with a grand slam. Karen Weekly has worked the transfer portal beautifully since its inception here in Knoxville. This one of those products from the transfer portal. The Arizona transfer, Katsoyanopoulos. There's Coach Karen Weekly, 2023 SEC Coach of the Year with those 2 championships. Now in her 4th season as lone head coach. Got to see her husband Ralph here in the booth yesterday. Always phenomenal to get to chat it up with a legend in Ralph Weekly. He still has his fingerprints on this program, of course.
And both of them have just done so well with this program. They've been through it all.
Katsoyanopoulos will get under that one, and closing the mitt for out number 3 is Jenna Laird, but not before.
This program practically since day one and has shaped it into what it's been, and just taken last year, winning the SEC regular season as well as the SEC championship. So she's not done. This team still doing great things and making magic here at Rocky Top.
It feels like Tennessee's got a little unfinished business here this season, trying to make it back to the finals of the Women's College World Series for the first time since they were put out by Oklahoma. Tennessee's off to a good start in SEC play. But Stefania Abrascado and the Missouri Tigers looking to get a Game 3 win here today, and Abrascado's quickly ahead in the count 3-0.
And you already see it out of Missouri. They're stepping up to the plate today. They're not taking as many swings right away. They're making Pickens work the count.
Pickens works to strike there at 3-1. Abrascado came in, pitch hit yesterday, had that rocket of a single over Zayna Pudi at first. And you'll see the 3-1 here, and he swung out of her shoes there.
And that was the pitch you want to go for, but you can see Abrascado is just a little late.
Abrascado's got the power here in her freshman season. The 3-2. Just kind of a sword swing at that one, and she's retired here for the 5th strikeout for Carlin Pickens.
And that's the rise ball you want to lay off of. She hadn't thrown it the entire sequence to Abrascado, but right there coming back right up out of the zone, and Abrascado just can't lay off of it.
She waves and misses at that one. And Tennessee's got one out here in the inning. Shantice Phillips will ground that one over. Bella Faw fading to her right will make a strong throw for the 2nd out of the 3rd.
And great snag by over there at first base as well by Pooney. Bella Faw, she's coming across. She's been working on her defense. And again, Pooney keeping her foot on, getting that snag.
Going to track that softball Zeta Pooney. And that Mick closes 2 outs in the 3rd, and the 9-hole spot due up for Missouri. Kaylee Langer due up. And that Aaron Judge-esque number 99. .273 hitter here in her sophomore season. The 1-0 inside for a strike, and the count runs even. Langer played in 20 games this season ago, got 1 start, just 3 at-bats. This is at-bat number 45 this year for Langer.
It's interesting, too, how she's setting up for Pickens. She's working in the back of that box, which I agree with when you have someone that throws as hard as Pickens does. But also, she's got her toes up to that line, so she's forcing her, says, come on inside.
Carlin Pickens will deal that one outside at a gas-like 72.
And that looked like a pretty pitch. You can tell that Pickens had a smile on her face. She wanted that one. And right there you can see she's right up on that plate. So if Pickens comes inside, that's very inside.
And that's right where she puts that one.
Stop, and you're just seeing her grow right before our eyes.
Bella Fall, the freshman, will see that one upstairs at 1-0, rated the number 5 prospect in the country. The class of 2023, according to Extra Innings Softball. From North Gwinnett High School in the Peach State. Gas there from McCann, and she's evened it up at 1-1. McCann's just got to continue to settle in for Missouri. Just the one mistake to Laura Mueller, but has been dominant outside of it.
And to think so far, Bella Faw only has 3 hits on the entire season so far. And 2 of them have been home runs.
Bella Faw has gotten hot at the right time for the Big Orange. She'll see the 2-1 in here from McCann, and McCann's living on that outside portion. Both Bella Faw home runs this weekend, inside pitches, hits to the left side of the ballpark. I think McCann's got that scouting report down on Faw. See Crenshaw kind of setting up outside there. The 2-2. Foul back to the screen.
And you can just see she comes up to the plate and she has a lot more confidence than what we saw even just last week watching Faw in the batter's box. So just being able to have just one of those hits and kind of start feeling it just gives you a little bit more swagger.
The 2-2. Just low from McCann. That was close. And it's really that tough spot for Marissa McCann. Lineup will flip over for Tennessee after Fall. The 3-2. Fouled back once more.
And that's a great battle by Faw. She doesn't exactly like those outside pitches. She wants McCann to come on the inside corner. So just trying to tip that pitch off her bat when it's on the outside, and then hoping McCann will come on the in.
Pitch number 8 of the at-bat. It's a beautiful one from McCann. She goes off speed at 49 to retire Fall.
And
Not over the heart of the plate, but Fall couldn't catch up with it. And now Kiki Malloy. What feels like a quiet weekend for Malloy has been all but that. There's no home runs for Malloy, but she's done everything else for Tennessee.
for someone we call the home run queen, she's been quiet on the home run part, but she's been doing her job with those singles and doubles, starting off this Tennessee offense, and really had those rallies going.
She singled right up the gut back in inning number 1 with a leadoff single. Malloy's got that batting average to a staggering .444 here in her senior season. That Evo Shield comes unclipped, and she'll step back in. McCann's got to be careful here. The 2-0. Inside.
And this is a great call by Crenshaw just to come out, speak to McCann. You have the senior talking. Excuse me, Crenshaw, just a junior, but still that upperclassman that's able to come in and settle things down when she knows she needs to.
The 3-0 runs low to Malloy, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Kiki Malloy. Already with a stolen base today. You know Crenshaw's going to be thinking about her. Back there behind home plate. She got a beautiful jump on the second pitch she saw from McCann. And she's off and running here. Slow jump there, and Crenshaw's not got her. Oh, man.
That was a great pop by Crenshaw. Just Laird couldn't hold on to it. But it was a good tag. Initially, we thought she had it. Kiki Malloy.
Oh, the ball came out.
So close. I think she would have had her if the ball stayed in her glove.
Oh, the ball beat Malloy to the bag, but she gets her second stolen base now, just 8 away from that Tennessee record, and that one goes just foul from Zeta Pooney.
And that's something you don't really see happen too often from Laird. She's a stud out there at shortstop, so very uncharacteristic. She actually stops on average 3.4 runs per game, so her glove out there. She was the 2022 Rawlings Gold Glove recipient, and she knows how to play defense.
Laird is as good as it comes in the field and at the plate in the SEC. And good player to have for Coach Anderson in Columbia, Missouri, her last season in Como. Pooney will step in. McKenna Gibson there on deck for Tennessee. Pooney 0 for 1 today. Flew out to the right fielder back at the warning track. And this one might hang up. Racing in is the right fielder and Langer, and then Malloy thought about it, and she'll have to stay down at second.
And way to get that ball in quick by Langer, because at the end of the day, you know Kiki Malloy has some speed over there at second, and she was going to take third if she saw no one was there.
Coach Anderson is going to come out and speak with Marissa McCann here with a runner on second and 2 outs in the third. And McKenna Gibson due up for Tennessee.
I'm interested to see what this conversation could be about, and probably getting a game plan on exactly where they want to work the plate. Do you want to work the inside corner, the outside corner? What's kind of the game plan, the focus? Just getting an out. You have 2 outs. That's all you need right here.
The pitch in there for a strike for McKenna Gibson. It's 0-1. Gibson, second team All-American last season. And first team All-SEC. She's had a hot weekend here in Knoxville as Tennessee rides a 13-game winning streak into this one. And she is quickly behind McCann at 0-2.
I love where McCann is working Gibson right now. She's working that bottom half of that strike zone. You don't want to bring anything up. And I wouldn't be surprised to see an off speed or something way out of the zone here.
McCann's 0-2. Is hit right side and out of play. Boo Gibson, as they call her here in Knoxville. 3 home runs and a .378 batting average in her junior season. And when Boo gets a hold of one, it goes far, and it goes far in a hurry. She'll see McCann's 0-2. That one fouled straight back. And those windows behind home plate, they've got to have some sort of bulletproof glass on them, because we've seen a couple softballs go off those windows this weekend and no damage done. See the fans out enjoying a beautiful Sunday on St. Patrick's Day 2024, and Gibson rolls that one over foul toward Cape Malveaux.
And you can see that pitch, not quite the speed of her off speed, where it's quite a dramatic drop, but just 10 miles per hour slower. When you're able to throw multiple different speeds, 3 different speeds, that's how you can keep a team off balance.
That one launched left field, and McKenna Gibson's got a home run for herself. A 2-run blast for Boo Gibson, and Tennessee's in front, 3-0.
She had been fouling off those outside pitches and was just waiting to have one come on the inside corner, and that's exactly what happened right at the belt high. And Gibson, again, quiet hands, kept her hands inside, such fast hands. Taking it over that wall, and that pitch, that ball went out of this field very quickly.
Mention when Gibson gets a hold of one, it goes far, and it goes far in a hurry. McKenna has got home run number 4 here in her junior season. And Tennessee has jumped in front early in this one. That's got to be Mom and Pop's over there. They're having fun here today. Got the little green splash going as well. Now Taylor Pannell, who did the damage yesterday for Tennessee, steps in. Struck out in the first for McCann. And she'll lace that one into center field, but ranging in is Honnold for out number 3. But Boo Gibson got all of that one there. They're as good as a 1-2 punch that anyone's got in the SEC in that first and second hole spot. They have been held in check this weekend. Carlin Pickens has worked a 9 up, 9 down, perfect 3 innings thus far. Worked that ERA all the way down to an SEC best .58. The 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1.
And to have any ERA that's under 1 and you also play in the SEC, that just shows you how good Carlin Pickens is. And she has grown tremendously just from last year.
This is where Carlin Pickens ranks coming into today in the SEC. And she is putting her mark on those SEC rankings.
And that ERA, it's already dropped even more so far today.
Larissa Anderson make you a play over there at third base.
Coaches can still play some softball too.
I've got to give Larissa Anderson credit. Her shoe game has been phenomenal all weekend long.
She's got the all whites out today.
All white Nikes for Coach Anderson. That one is swung on and missed. Strike out number 6 for Carlin Pickens, and it's just getting silly at this point.
And a beautiful off speed. That is 12 miles per hour slower than her fast stuff. And you can see Jenna Laird just leaning out to try to get that pitch. Right now, we have not seen anyone from Missouri really stay on time for anything that Pickens has thrown today.
And Faith, that's what really makes a good pitcher in softball. You've got those drastic ranges of your quick stuff, and then she'll slow it down and strike you out with the off speed.
Weekly spoke about it earlier this week, just that she's really starting to trust her spin. Sometimes when you have a pitcher that can throw in the low 70s, mid 70s even, sometimes they rely so much on their speed, but she works that rise ball. She works her screw, her curve, her off speed, which is probably her most important pitch.
She'll work to Alex Honnold here in the top of the 4th, the 1-1. It is hit sharply center field. That one will duck in front of Kiki Malloy. And one of the catalysts in the top of this order for Missouri gets on here in the 4th. Nice piece of inside-out hitting from Alex Honnold. You feel like this is a monumental inning for Missouri in the 4th.
The Tigers are only down by 3, so just keeping that energy up and trying to string along some hits.
That one rolled over and foul left side. Honnold was off and running.
And Missouri isn't a huge, big home run hitting team, but they do know how to score runs. They're going to do it. They're going to get those singles, those doubles. They're going to play some small ball, so really make Tennessee's defense work. And I think that's how they're going to be able to put together some runs today.
That one inside and heat there from Carlin Pickens, and she's quickly ahead of Crenshaw there. Crenshaw looking to piece together an inning for Missouri. And that one runs low at 1-2. 73 that time from Pickens. University of Tennessee produces some pitchers that can throw gas as the 1-2 comes in low. Pickens just seeing some unreal stuff out of her a couple years ago for Tennessee baseball. They called him the volunteer fireman. Ben Joyce, who now pitches in the Angels organization, he was teeing it up to 105, 106, just some unheard of stuff. And that one is rolled over and foul once more.
Last year at the Women's College World Series, Pickens threw 76 miles per hour. Monica Abbott hit the fastest thrown softball pitch ever recorded at 77. So she is 1 mile per hour behind. She said it is her goal to beat that one day, but it's really going to come down to her spin when she's going to see success.
That one is slow roller, and Pickens can't backhand it. Nice grab by Pooney to keep it in front of her. But Missouri's got that inning that they're looking for now. Chew on in the 4th.
They call pitchers the princess in the circle sometimes. They want their defense to make plays, but look at Pickens coming out of that circle trying to make a play, but Zeta Pooney keeping that in the infield, saving a run possibly there.
Arnold's got speed down there at second. I agree with you, partner. I think she's scoring there if that gets by Pooney. But she's able to hang on to. And Missouri with a golden opportunity here in the 4th with the 4-hole spot. Kara Daly due up. With one swing of the bat, Mizzou can tie this one up. Daly's got 4 long shots this season. 1-0. Check swing, and she went around 1-1.
Daly was the one of 2 people who had a hit on Friday, so she does know how to hit Pickens. Just again, trying to lay off that rise ball or stuff that's in the dirt.
1-1. Nice pitch there, that off speed again from Pickens.
You kind of have to go in with a plan when you see Pickens starting to throw a lot of off speed. You're like, I'm going to sit off speed and drive it, or I'm going to go for the hard stuff.
The 1-2 is rolled over. This could be 2 for Tennessee. On to second for 1, on to first. She's safe. That one was close. Crenshaw was thrown out at second. Daly got down the line quick enough at first. But a nice turn up the middle for Tennessee.
And that was a nice play by Bella Faw. You saw it here. She got that out of her hand quick. And Laura Mueller as well with the quick turn. But Kara Daly says, nope, I got some wheels out there. I'm going to get down that line fast.
Daly gets down the line well. Keeps Missouri alive in the fourth. And Maddie Gallagher a day ago had a home run. A home run here will give Missouri a tied-up ball game with number 9 Tennessee. Nugent behind the dish. We'll see this one in from Pickens and foul.
Really able to break it open the fourth.
Knocked it off that tent in center field. Probably had to do some repairs on that in center. They're having a party out there in center field. Got the green going, the 3-leaf clovers out there. They're having a blast in center field. Might have to go join them after today's game. Got some fried chicken out there. But a big moment here in the fourth. The 1-2. Low from Pickens, and the count runs even.
Gallagher, she had that big home run and a double yesterday, but where she's struggling is facing Pickens. She had 2 at-bats on Friday and struck out twice.
She also struck out in the second, trying to solve the riddle that is Carlin Pickens. Gallagher will step out and back in. You can feel the big moment here on a Sunday in the SEC. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, and Carlin Pickens is hype as well today. And I always love it about this time of the year. Mid-March, you get that St. Patrick's Day and the weather starts to turn, and that one is lost out in left field, but then finding it is Phillips for out number 1. It just kind of gives you those, okay, we're done with winter vibes, and now we got good weather and it's springtime.
Absolutely. Now it's time to play some softball. The weather hasn't been the best for Tennessee. They've had 5 games canceled so far this year due to rain. So just being able to come out here and have good softball weather in the 60s, perfect. Exactly where you want to be. And the wind's blowing a little bit out. And I know Tennessee loves to hit some home runs.
Laura Mueller will step in. She opened the scoring for Tennessee back in the second with home run number 6 here in her first year on Rocky Top. Mueller kind of struggled after that 4 home run day and 3 home run game. She hit that one into the St. Patrick's Day party in center field. And as much fun as they're having out there, they have seen some softballs hit their way this weekend. Gallagher got one out there in center yesterday.
You know, I think I want some chicken wings out there too.
Can't beat a good chicken wing. Just can't. Laura Mueller battling here with number 10, Marissa McCann, in the fourth. The 1-2. It feels like with every holiday we have a certain food that we indulge, but I don't really know what you would throw in there with St. Patrick's Day.
Must be fried chicken here.
Fried chicken here in Knoxville. The 2-2 is swung on. That one's hit hard down the right field line, and it'll fall out of play. Nice hustle there by the right fielder and Langer into the Missouri dugout. Saw a couple of the grounds crew members down there in the first baseline. Got to give a tip of our cap to them. On Friday, this field was soppy wet all around. Had some heavy thunderstorms on Friday. And we were able to get game 1 started on time, and this field is in pristine condition here on a Sunday, as Mueller is just battling with McCann up at the plate.
And this is what we saw from Laura Mueller earlier in this game. After she hit that home run, she kept fouling off pitches and waited for hers and just drove it over the wall.
Marissa McCann will deal her 2-2. And Mueller just hitting some sharply hit foul balls off to that right side.
Coach Anderson calling McCann the future of this program, so maybe we haven't seen her as much this year, but I guarantee that by the time she's a junior, senior, she is going to be the ace for this Tigers team.
We can call this Sunday's headline the future, the sophomore Pickens and the freshman McCann. And it'll be the first baseman in Chester making the grab for out number 2.
Again, McCann's doing a great job of just stretching the strike zone, and that's what you have to do with Tennessee, is hope they swing at some pitches that are off the plate.
That'll be Destiny Rodriguez down in that 7-hole spot today, the 309 hitter with 12 ribbies here in her sophomore season. One of those filthy off speeds from McCann at 47. McCann looking to get back in the dugout, getting the bats hot for Missouri. They've got 9 outs to work with to avoid a sweep on Rocky Top this weekend. The 0-1, low. Marissa McCann, just a couple misplaced softballs today, and Tennessee has made her pay. And that one is hit sharply left side. Destiny Rodriguez has a 2-out single.
And this is where Missouri just needs to stay steady, but Rodriguez, she does a great job here. That's an outside pitch. She's actually a little bit early on it, which is why it hits off the end of that bat. But just finds that hole, and you can see a pinch runner already coming in. That tells you how much Coach Weekly wants to get on the board early. You have Gabby Leach coming in, the freshman.
You see Carlin Pickens in there, just having fun.
I'm sure right now she is just loving her team. She's like, thank you. I can just go out there and I can just have some fun and throw in the circle. Y'all are scoring all those runs.
When she's been in the circle this weekend, Tennessee has outscored Missouri 12-0, and Leach had a big secondary there, but we'll get back. Yeah, I would say your pitcher, if your team spots you 12 runs over a course of 2 games, you'll be pretty happy. But she has reciprocated her end of the bargain. And that one's in there for a strike to Kutsoyanopoulos at 1-1. You can tell by the demeanor of Julia Kutsoyanopoulos. She is locked in and loaded there at the plate.
You don't see a lot of emotion from her, but you've seen quite a bit actually in the past couple days after that big grand slam.
1-1 off speed. And coming into her left is the right fielder in Langer for out number 3. Missouri's got 7 Ks in, and you look down there, 59 pitches. It's been another efficient outing for her today.
What I like even more, though, is the fact that she has 0 walks. She didn't have any walks on Friday. So she's been efficient in that circle. Excuse me, 1 walk on Friday.
Pickens now her 7th appearance in the last week. She has worked Now 35 and a third innings. She's got 4 complete game shutouts under her belt and now 46 Ks in that time frame. She's just about been perfect. And Katie Chester will come in, looking to open things up for Missouri, who's just been able to scrap together 2 runs this weekend, both yesterday. But Missouri did have a big 4th inning. Nothing to show for it, and the 0-2 runs outside.
What Pickens has also been doing is changing up her game plan nearly every inning. Last inning, we saw a lot more off-speed coming from her, whereas in earlier in the game, we saw a lot more rise balls. So she's switching it up. She's keeping Missouri guessing, and they really can't come in with a solid game plan.
The 1-2 swung on and missed. 8 strikeouts for Carlin Pickens, and she's having a blast out there.
She's showing so much emotion today, and she knows that she is on. This off-speed coming out from the back of her hand. And look at her pumped up. Giving a little finger point over to Sophia Nugent.
Abrascano will dig in. And she is just swinging out of her shoes when every time she comes up with those 8 strikeouts. The fans are going to go enjoy them a free cup of queso here in Knoxville. As the 0-1 in from Pickens upstairs and in for a strike. 0-2 quickly ahead of Abrascano here. Yeah, you mentioned probably in the running for SEC Pitcher of the Week again. And if you get 2 complete game shutouts and 2 wins, that'll put you up there. That one low at 1-2. SEC play, Texas A&M at Mississippi State this weekend. Arkansas and Auburn. We've seen Alabama and Georgia. This just one of the many good SEC games and series this weekend.
And you can tell when Pickens is on, she does a little head nod every time she's in the circle. That's just telling you, like, yep, I got it. I got this. I know what I'm doing. I wouldn't be surprised for another off-speed.
Looking for K9, and she's got it. Carlin Pickens is dealing today.
And she is smiling ear to ear. That is a dangerous player right there. When she knows she is feeling it, she's so loose and so lengthy. She's able to use all of her limbs when she comes around, and that's why she has so much power. And right now, Missouri's not even swinging. Their bats are staying on that shoulder.
She has now matched the same amount of pitches she threw on Friday. Granted, the game did last just 5 innings. But it almost feels like a carbon copy of what she did on Friday, just almost double the strikeouts. The 0-1. Pulled back by Shantice Phillips there.
And I love the attempt at some small ball, just trying something different from Missouri, make Tennessee's defense work. Sometimes you just got to switch it up and figure out how to get base runners.
8 and 9. Still left in this Missouri lineup before they're able to flip it over. And Phillips will ground that over to Anderson, and she's still got it down there at third.
I love, she even brought that ball in right up to her chest, just like you would if you're playing infield.
She got down, had the mitt on the ground, was ready to roll with it. Carlin Pickens looking to K 7, 8, and 9 in this lineup, but Phillips gets a hold of that one, and it will die down right before the warning track. Lana Leach closes that mitt, and Tennessee's fall is balled out this weekend for Tennessee. And she's got a lethal 1-2 punch behind her in Kiki Malloy and Zeta Pooney. The pitch is launched into right field. Langer's been busy today, and she'll make the grab for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 out for McCann here in the 5th.
Right now, Tennessee's just getting under a lot of those pitches that are on the outside corner. They're just dipping that back shoulder, getting their hands underneath, which is why you're seeing a lot of fly outs that are either foul or to the right side.
Kiki Malloy will see this one in from McCann, and that's blown away 1-0. Malloy's done about anything you can do in Division I collegiate softball.
They call her the home run queen, but we haven't seen a home run this weekend.
It feels like Malloy is due for a home run, and she's just not really getting pitches to hit at. A 4-pitch walk back in the 3rd.
When you face someone like Kiki Malloy, you gotta try to keep that ball off the plate. It's almost like you'd rather walk her than give her a chance to hit a solid one.
Couldn't agree more with you, Faith. The 2-0 is golfed into center field, and right on cue, Makiki Malloy with home run number 64 in her Tennessee career.
I felt like I spoke that one into existence. We've been saying we haven't seen a home run in a while from Kiki Malloy, but she says, hey, guess what? I'm here. I want to join you guys. Look at that power, the home run queen. Such quiet hands getting underneath. That is a drop ball that she is able to lift and get it out of the park.
She goes down and gets that one, and that one blasts off that scoreboard netting for home run 64 in her time here in Knoxville. And it was just a matter of time, Faith, and you called it. Nice job. A 4-0 Tennessee lead here in the 5th. They have outscored Mizzou 21-2 this weekend. And Zeta Pooney will see that one in at the knees for a strike, 0-1. It has been Marissa McCann's ball game. Marissa Anderson has kept her in all game long, trusting that freshman. Kind of getting her feet wet here in the SEC.
And McCann's just coming in, just seeing how she does in these tough situations. I think that's what Coach Anderson's game plan is get her feet wet, see how she does in high pressure situations like facing an offense like Tennessee.
The 0-2 is hit right side sharply, but Gallagher is there for the grab and out number 2.
And overall, she's done a great job so far in this game. She's keeping Tennessee off balance. She's been working the outside corner, which is why we saw a lot of those fly balls out into right field and a lot foul. It's just sometimes leaving those pitches up too much on the white with a team that you can't do that with. They're going to hit the ball out of the park.
Boo Gibson will step in. She had that 2-run blast back in the 3rd to open it up for Tennessee. And that one fouled off right side. It really feels like when you look through this lineup, 1 through 9, Tennessee has gotten hot at the right time here in 2024.
Absolutely, and what's wild about this lineup as well is they're missing one of their top hitters, Riley West. She was hurt with a strained muscle when she scored the run against Clemson a little over a week ago, but they have so much depth. Look at this. This lineup has been hot all weekend, even without her bat in the lineup.
That'll be just another piece to that puzzle that Karen Weekly can put out there for Tennessee. And you know she wants to get Riley West back quickly. Tennessee will be at Western Carolina on Thursday, a game they added this week to their midweek slate. And then they'll be at South Carolina, number 22 Carolina. And that's another nice grab made out in the stands. So trying to get Riley West back quickly, I'm sure. Marissa McCann looking for the signal in here. And on pitch pitch, 82 of her day. It's in there and hit all the way into center field. McKenna Gibson will round first and slam on the brakes. It's a 2-out single for McKenna Gibson.
And what a way to come back. You have a home run and then to step back into the batter's box with a nice single right up the middle. Gibson loves to turn on those inside pitches, and it looks like originally she had the green light to take second, but Honnold did a great job getting that ball in quick, and a pinch runner is coming in as well. Amanda Allen, who we've seen come in and score a couple runs for this Lady Vol team.
Allen scoots down the base pass for Tennessee, and we'll check in for McKenna Gibson here. Now to be Taylor Panel for Tennessee in the 5th with a 4-0 lead. 4 runs on 6 hits for Tennessee. And that one goes just foul and wide of Karen Weekly.
Panel is someone who started towards the bottom of this lineup, was hitting in that 7 hole, and has slowly just worked her way up. She earned it. Now she's in the cleanup spot. She's showing off a lot of power.
Just climbing that ladder all the way to the cleanup spot for Tennessee. The 0-1. Foul back to the screen, and now McCann 1 strike away from getting out of more damage in the 4th. Panel just 6 starts a season ago, now up to 22 in 2024. She's already tripled her at-bats from a season ago, and we'll run the 0-2 again. Panel with Allen at first. The pitch. That one sharply hit sky high into shallow center field and ranging in to make the grab.
An entire team, when you know they're in the circle and you can see them just work, but they're also able to just pitch freely in that circle as well, because they know they have a great defense and their offense can score runs.
When you're pitching freely, you can have some fun. Peyton Gottschall's over there singing the YMCA in the dugout, and Garland Pickens is throwing another stellar of a performance today, and Langer tries to stab at that one, and it's 0-1. Some defensive substitutions for you for Tennessee. Gabby Leach now out left, Julia Katsoyanopoulos at first. Karen Weekly elects to go with defense here in the 6th to close out this one, and that one's gonna stay in play. Sophia Nugent. What a play to shed the mask and make a grab on your birthday, Nugent.
And that's a tough play to make. You see, she drops that mask, she goes straight to the wall, finds the wall with that hand, and is able to hold on to it. But to face the back wall and make a catch backwards like that, it's tougher than you think as a catcher.
We can't see that at all from where we are here at Lee Stadium, high above, behind home plate. And good look there by our replay crew. Kind of contorts her body back to the softball with that hand on the wall. Nice grab, Sophia Nugent.
I love how much her team was hyped behind her. You saw Katsoyanopoulos just coming down from first. Just gave her a big kind of hug right there, because she knows how tough that play is to make, because she plays a little bit of everything.
Katsoyanopoulos, the everyday catcher last year for Tennessee. She'll catch this year. She's over at first now, started on the left. And the 2-0 runs upstairs to Jenna Laird.
And that's part of the reason why Sophia Nugent was brought on to this team, is Coach Weekly said that she wanted someone to be able to switch off and on with Katsionopolis behind the plate. She's like, she needs some backup. She can't catch every game.
The 3-0 in there at 71 from Pickens, and this is where Missouri, their backs against the wall again in this series, and here in the 6th, back to the top of the order, and Jenna Laird. And that one runs upstairs. Walk number 1 today for Carlin Pickens. Now with Honnold stepping to the dish, it's now or never for Missouri.
Honnold came into this season saying one of the toughest pitchers she ever saw was Maddie Penta from Auburn, but she owned her last week, and it seems like that new person may be Carlin Pickens.
Pickens has thrown well against Honnold this weekend, but Honnold did get that single back in the 4th. The lone hit today for Missouri. And she swings and misses there at 1-1. This feels like the inning if you're going to do it for Missouri at the top of the order. Crenshaw, Daly, Gallagher looking to grab bats here in the 6th. And Honnold will pull that back. Pickens up to 82 pitches here today. Again, just the 69 and a 5-inning complete game shutout on Friday. The sophomore will deal her 2-1, and Honnold will tip that one off. 2-2. Honnold's got speed in that left-handed batter's box. The Tennessee defense playing her straight up. The outfield shading to their left. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Double-digit strikeouts for Carlin Pickens and a clutch one there.
That's that exact same spot that Pickens has been working. It's that inside corner. She's doing it on the righties. She's doing it on the lefties. And Honnold, she knows this type of pitching. She's played for Team USA, and she can't hang with it on Pickens.
Speed upstairs to number 11, Julia Crenshaw. Looking to keep a rally going in the 6th. The walk to Laird. Down at first. At 4-0 Tennessee ballgame. Downstairs 2-0. Pickens already over 100 strikeouts here in 2024. She's got 103 of them, 16 walks. With those 10 Ks to 1 walk today. She'll deal her 0-2, and that one rolled over. McKenna Gibson is there, undercut Soyanopoulos, and an exhale for Tennessee. They'll grab the bats and look to add to their...
In and being the starting pitcher, she wants to have the most saves in the D1. She wants to come in high-pressure situations. She wants to be that closer.
6 saves a season ago, 3 saves this season for Punnell. And Tennessee will have 5, 6, and 7 due up in this order. Sophia Nugent steps in. And the 1-0 is fouled off. I really feel like we have a missed opportunity here, as Tennessee had Taylor Pannell, who batted last inning, just missed the Taylor Pannell versus Taylor Punnell matchup. It's spelled the same way, but pronounced differently. I was really hoping we were going to see that, but Punnell gets the swing and miss there and retires first out here in the inning of Nugent.
And you saw that pitch sequence. Punnell, she worked the off-speed to start and then comes back with the rise ball to strike out Nugent. And that's a rise ball that's out of the zone, not a strike. So it's coming in, it's looking juicy, and then going to come up out of the zone.
That went in there for a strike, and you hear that mitt pop back there from Crenshaw. Pennell will face Laura Mueller, who's already got that solo shot back in inning number 2 today. She kind of skips in there at that one at 49.
And that's that off speed, but if you notice, out of Pennell, every single pitch, she has that little hop right at the end, so everything's looking very similar when it's coming up out of her hand.
Pennell first team All-State honors at Lee Summit West High School in Missouri. Now in her second season in Como. That one upstairs. Did that get a piece of Mueller? I believe it did not.
I may have got the umpire a little bit.
Tatum Stoltling back there behind the dish. Hope she's all right. The 2-2 comes in, and that one's fouled off. Got to give home plate umpires credit, really any of the umpires. Sitting back there behind the plate, seeing a softball coming at you in the 60s and 70s, and then someone standing right there in front of you with a bat. You see Alex Leap there. He was behind the plate yesterday. Scott Mayer over at first was behind the plate on Friday. 2-2 is away. So now Pennell has let Mueller back in the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pennell's pitch. Heater works in on the hands of Mueller and will redo the 3-2.
And right now, Mueller is just trying to get her bat on the ball, just trying to tip him off any way she can. She had that off speed. She tipped it off, and then that fast pitch that comes in. She was late on it, but she was quick with those hands to be able to foul it off.
Coach Larissa Anderson asked for time and will come out and speak with Stoltling.
I think it may just be a question of what the count is, possibly. Yeah, but it looks like they're questioning what the count is.
And we just got some standing around here. I guess she's speaking with Crenshaw. Just a whole lot of waiting around here.
I'm not exactly sure what they're arguing about. You can hear people say play ball.
And now Crenshaw's going to come out, and she's asking her coach, yep, a little clarification there. We had it 3-2. Scoreboard has it at 3-2. So does Stoltling behind the plate. A 3-2 count's what we got. And now Mueller's going to step in to face Pennell. The 3-2. He's upstairs and inside, and that'll be a full pitch walk to Taylor, given up by Taylor Pennell.
Looks like Pennell just held on to that change up a little bit longer than what she wanted. It almost seemed like she was rushed too. She stepped on that mound and just went right into her pitch.
Now Gabby Leach will grab a bat and hit the 7-hole spot that was previously occupied by Destiny Rodriguez. Mueller got a big jump, but will scoot back to first. Leach, the freshman from the Woodlands, Texas. Her and her sister Alana on this Tennessee staff. The hit and run was put on, and it was almost placed perfectly by Leach, but skirts just foul.
And I love that Tennessee is still being aggressive here. They're up 4-0, but they say they still want to tack it on.
You hear there from our PA announcer, Missouri is going to check and see if they're called. Good challenge there by Larissa Anderson, and Laura Mueller is rolled out, and now 2 outs in the inning, and Missouri is 1 strike away from getting out of the 6th. Looking to rally in the 7th.
You get 2 challenges a game, you might as well use them however you can, and that was a great challenge. Mueller just trying to be too aggressive over there at first base.
The 0-2 outside from Pennell. If you're looking ahead to the 7th, 4, 5, and 6 due up for Missouri. Kara Daly, Maddie Gallagher, and Katie Chester. The 1-1 in there for a strike. The pitch. Off speed in at 50, and Pennell comes in and does her.
Pitches yet, and on Friday she threw 69, so she's going right at these hitters.
She'll face 4, 5, and 6 in this Mizzou lineup. Daly, Gallagher, and Chester looking to keep Missouri in this one, down 4-0. Pickens has just given up that 1 hit today and 1 walk. And that one's hit back up the middle for a base hit. Missouri trying to spark a rally here in the 7th with a leadoff single by Kara Daly.
This is what we saw yesterday. We saw Missouri just start stepping it up right in that last inning. They were fouling off pitches. They were getting some base hits, but sometimes you can't have it where it's too little, too late. But there we go, Daly right up the middle. She got jammed on that inside corner, but was able to squeeze it through.
Now Maddie Gallagher will step in for Larissa Anderson and her squad. And that one runs upstairs, 1-0. Gallagher had that big blast yesterday. I can just get on base and keep things moving for Mizzou. And she's ahead in the count to Pickens at 2-0.
This is a great call by Sophia Nugent, just coming out, checking in on Pickens. We saw this on Friday as well, where she started having some walks late in the game. I should say her 1 walk later in the game, and just was kind of pitching around the strike zone. So just checking in, saying, hey, calm down. Let's have some fun. Let's finish out this game, and let's go home.
Tennessee looking to head back in and enjoy their St. Patrick's Day, but Missouri is looking to attack the hitter here in Maddie Gallagher. We'll resume play here in the 7th. The 2-0 in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Tennessee looking to win their 14th game in a row and looking to sweep Missouri this weekend. Mizzou trying to stay alive and salvage one in Knoxville, and that one's back to the screen once more.
And this is an at-bat that I know Maddie Gallagher just wants, because Pickens has had her number. She has 4 at-bats against Pickens, and all 4 of them have been strikeouts.
It's been a struggle for Gallagher against Pickens this weekend, but looking to get things going here. Check swing, and she went around. Strikeout number 11, the double singles for Carlin Pickens here in the 7th.
You can see right here, Maddie Gallagher does break the plane of that plate. She snaps those wrists. Those are just pitches you got to lay off of if you're Missouri, but I know it's also tough because Pickens is throwing smoke.
In there to a strike to Katie Chester. Chester and Abrascato 2 we'll see here in the 7th, barring a double play. Coming just outside, 1-1. Carlin Pickens on her 95th pitch. He's inside.
You can hear right now everyone in the stands is chanting Carlin Pickens' name. She is definitely going to go down in the record books here at Tennessee.
Could end up being one of the greats here in Knoxville. The 2-1. In there for a strike. Heater on that outside portion to Chester. Now Pickens has evened it up. Looking to cap off another phenomenal start on Rocky Top for the sophomore. The 2-2 is fouled and slashed back.
Missouri has only been shut out twice so far this season, and one of them was on Friday against Pickens, and the other was just a week ago against Auburn. But overall, this offensive lineup for Missouri, they have improved so much, and that's something that Weekly even said coming into this game. Their offense has been so much better since years past.
2-2 upstairs, and now the count runs full to Chester. And if you're Missouri, all you can ask for is to get the tying run to the plate here in the 7th. And if Chester and Abrascato can reach, it'll be Shantice Phillips in that 8-hole spot that would represent the tying run. The 3-2 on pitch number 100 and is fouled away into right field. Mizzou's gonna make Pickens work for this one. The 3-2. Hit center field right at Malloy. She'll keep it in front of her. Fire to second. She's got her. What a heads-up play by Kiki Malloy. And that was a hard ball to reach for Callahan. That was on first.
That was an amazing play by Kiki Malloy. You can see that she dropped her knee when that ball was hit towards the center field, and she got up so quick, said, I'm snapping on over to first. Mueller turning into a first baseman over there at second. But such a hard ball to read, too, for Chester over there at first. She has to know whether that ball hits the ground or if it's caught, she's got to go back to first. It's kind of a 50-50 shot of whichever way it goes, and you just got to take a risk with one of them.
Malloy did a nice job of not showing that that one was definitely falling in front of her. And she grabbed it. She fired that one down to second for out 2 in the 7th. And now Missouri down to their final gasp here in the 7th and in this series. A series that has been dominated by Tennessee, outscoring Mizzou 21-2. The 1-0 is fouled off. Stefania Abrascato steps in for Mizzou, a freshman from Smithtown, New York. She'll see the 1-1 in from Pickens. Outside, 2-1. Bench runner down at first base for Missouri. Danielle Blackston. The 2-1 is hit right side and it'll run foul. And now they'll rise to their feet in Knoxville, smelling a sweep over Missouri. Everybody on their feet and clapping here in Knoxville, looking for a St. Patrick's Day win. And that one is low, 3-2.
And you could tell the fans wanted that one. So did Pickens.
Can Missouri stay alive here in the 7th? Or will Tennessee improve to 3-0 in the SEC? On pitch 103 from Pickens. Rolled over right side. On to first, and Tennessee sweeps Missouri.
What a St. Patrick's Day